lovely, but it's just, you can't live here. Don't talk about your family, don't talk about your animals, don't talk about your personal life when you come in here, because they use that to flip it around.
I think it's a child. I would question that after what I've been through in this house.
Did that say come here, Nolan?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, dude. I can't be in that fucking house. I can't be there.
He legit looked, his face just looked super angry.
That's not even Nolan.
That's not Nolan.
Located on Belmont Street in Bellaire, Ohio, sits a house so overrun with dark energy, several families have fled from it in the dark of night. Built in 1909 by coal mine owner Jacob Hetherington, the house sits on a ley line, a culmination of the Earth's spiritual energy, making it a hotspot for worship by Native Americans. The house was eventually passed down to Jacob's granddaughter, Lyde. In 1947, she passed away of a heart attack in the dining room of the home. Lyde's brother Edwin, stricken with grief, used seances as a way to contact his sister one last time. Many experts believe these seances unleashed the dark energy into the home. In 2005, owner Kristen Lee and her family were affected by 2 flash floods. They moved into the Bellaire house, and shortly after they began noticing strange happenings. One night while she slept, Kristen was held down by an unseen force while her dog was thrown against the wall. We will meet with Kristen before the second night of our investigation. First, we meet Kat Lang, who is the director of the paranormal clergy and manager for world-renowned Bishop James Long.
If you have an infrared camera at all, if you have anything like that, there's one naked footstep right here, and that's it. We have no idea. Yeah, you can see it. You can see it with infrared. So, do you want to go down to the basement?
Oh yeah.
Okay, we'll go down to the basement. Okay, this is a fake wall right here. This wall was bored. This is where the underground tunnels are. This wall was put up, obviously. We do have activity that will come through the wall. You can physically feel it. If it gets too strong, just walk out of the room and it'll stop. A lot of the slave owners, once the Emancipation Proclamation was done in 1865, stop it.
This was our first weird experience at the Bellaire house. Pay attention closely as you will see Kat react as if something is touching her.
A lot of the slave owners, once the Emancipation Proclamation was done in 1865, stop it. Proclamation was done in 1865, stop it.
Was something trying to prevent Kat from telling us about the spirits in the basement? Kat then takes us up to Emily's room where we feel our first strong presence in the Bellaire house.
This is the Emily Davis room. These are gifts that people have brought. Emily, I think it's a child. I would question that after what I've been through in this house.
There's a different feeling up here.
Yeah. This room is the one where there's an instant smell of sulfur.
I agree.
Me and Kristen have both stood here, face to face. She was right here. We were face to face. We had people downstairs, and the smell of sulfur came into the room. And I looked at her. I knew what it was, but I don't want to scare people, so I said, well, it's probably just the gas. Let's get out of here. But I know what it was.
Oh, yeah.
We then head to the master bedroom where the darkest presence is said to reside.
This is where Kristen's dog got thrown against the wall.
Claw marks on
It pinned her down on her bed, and she had a dog,
Yeah,
and it picked it up
on
and
there.
slammed it against the wall.
And there's a claw marks from
Really?
relations.
Yeah.
Because you wanted it out, huh?
Yep.
Kristen and her family were not the only ones who had terrifying experiences in the house.
So they called Kristen. I remember the phone call. They called her August of 2015 and said that they were moving. They broke their lease. They packed up all their stuff and were out of this house in one day. They were gone. And they won't talk to Kristen about
How
it.
could they stick around for that long?
They were here for a year.
So they went to talk Kristen, but something must have spooked them really bad to leave in one
Their
day.
kids left. All their kids moved out one by one.
With our tour of the Bellaire house complete, we are nervous but excited to get to work and see if the claims of this house are really true. We begin our investigation by introducing ourselves to the spirits of the Bellaire house.
Alright, heading down to the basement. Okay. Xander, turn that light off. We're here in the basement. Initial sweep of the house, EMF detector. Watch this step right here. Who's got flashlight? Keep that on there. Let's see. Alright, I think we introduce ourselves down here. Thank you for letting us come here and talk to you. It's an honor to be here. If you like this, we're going to introduce ourselves so you can get to know us better, so you're more comfortable with us. And we hope you open up to us. You have us here for 48 hours. My name is Nolan Emerson.
My name is Alex Milliner.
My name is Xander.
My name is Nate.
And we're here to get you to open up because we want to talk to you. We've heard a lot about this house. There have been many claims of paranormal activity, of darker activity happening here. And we just want to find out why. So we hope you open up. We hope you're willing to talk. You've been in the past, apparently, from everybody we've talked to. So we hope you open up. We're going to be back down here. We're going to be all over the house. You're more than welcome to follow us upstairs, up to the attic, wherever in this house. We'll be back down.
After introducing ourselves, we headed up to Emily's room, where earlier during our walkthrough, we felt an intense presence with us.
So this is our first session here tonight. Do you want to start off strong? If you want to start off strong, make a noise, slam that door, talk into that recorder, do something so we know you're here.
Moments into our first session, we capture an orb flying from left to right on my camera.
You want to start it off how we do the knocks? We did that random.
Okay. If you really want to make a scene our first time here, first session, I want you to finish this knock for us. That's something outside. We're going to do it one more time. Finish the knock, please. Okay. If you don't want to do that, can you make some noise for us? Can you close that door? Can you walk towards us, make some footstep noises? Just so we know you're here.
touch the green light on the bed? If you touch the green light, we'll know you're here.
It'll light up cool colors.
After Alex asked the spirit to touch the green light, an orb appears from the left side of the screen and hovers until it disappears into the K2 meter. We believe that the spirits of the Bellaire house were watching us, getting to know us, and trying to make us feel comfortable. In the paranormal, when you get too comfortable and you let your guard down, that's when darker energies will attack. After 30 minutes of silence in Emily's room, we made our way to the master bedroom.
Alright, we're coming down here to the master bedroom. We've heard a lot about this room especially. Is it okay if I sit on this bed? I'm going to set this one right here, that device. You just got to touch it and it's going to light up. Is there something in this room that wants to talk to us? That wants to open up? If you want to walk in here and join us in here, you can sit in that rocking chair here at the end of the bed.
Come take a seat next to me. Come sit in this rocking chair.
Nate, keep your camera on that. It's me getting off the bed.
Do you remember what the guy's name was?
Let me hold that camera.
Where? From here?
From here. No, just from here, because I have a good view of the whole room.
Why did the man who lived here not long ago take the ceiling fan blades off? Was he afraid you were going to do something to him?
I'm really not even feeling anything right now. It's much different in our initial walkthrough. It's laying dormant right now.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
It's unusual.
Usually I can feel it like when I take a deep breath and I like nothing.
I don't feel anything right now, but it's trying to get our guard down.
Yeah.
It wants us to get our guard down, and then it could flip on a dime like that.
Patient.
Very patient. It's very silent here, but you can't let your guard down. You cannot let your guard down here. That's when it'll really ramp up. Is once you think nothing's happening, you get too comfortable. Don't get too comfortable in this house.
Yeah.
We capture no EVPs or any unusual activity, but we will later realize how true the statement I just made really is.
Alright, we're down here. If there's somebody with us, could you turn on the flashlight on the floor? Did you touch the little windmill? Do you want us to leave this house? Or do you want us to stay another night? We will get something out of you. We will.
On camera.
Stupid. Did you just call me stupid?
Is there a draft under there though? Which one? Right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a draft. Feel it. There's a draft right there. Debunked.
Over the course of 40 minutes, we receive no communication through the spirit box in the living room. We end night 1 a little disappointed in the lack of evidence we captured. However, we have 24 hours remaining, and what happens in that span is nothing short of shocking. We begin day 2 on the 2nd floor to try and confront the darker energy of the Bellaire house.
I think it just said I'm here, but it sounded like 2 different voices.
I'm here, yeah, no, I heard 2 different.
Are you here?
Possibly! Possibly! That was over 4 or 5 sweeps.
It seems as though the spirits of the house have gotten used to us, as we receive 2 intelligent EVPs right off the bat on day 2.
Are you here?
Possibly! Possibly! That was over 4 or 5 sweeps. Who's here with us? What did that just say? Mark that time. Mark it.
This sent chills down our spine as you hear a clear, dark voice come through and say, "Come inside."
Who's here with us?
Did we finally make contact with the notorious dark spirit of the home?
It's over.
Did I say don't tell them?
It's over.
Did I say don't tell them?
Is there a message that the little girl Emily needs to get across? What?
I feel really uneasy in this room.
The flashlight's on.
Flashlight just came on. What room?
This room right here. I feel really uneasy in here. Stop playing games. Talk to us.
You know you're here now. Right there.
Having caught final night will hold at the Bellaire house. We meet with owner Kristen Lee before we begin our final night of investigating.
Beautiful
Other side
home,
of it.
you
It is a
know?
beautiful home.
Yeah, it's lovely, but it's just, you can't live here. It just can't.
No.
It's kind of weird not having anything happen with the mindset that the places we've gone have always been the most active they've been.
Yeah.
So now I'm thinking it was so quiet the first night that it's all
It's all
going to come to a
building
head
up.
in the second.
Right, they were learning you.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
were listening to you.
I mean, we've told them how long we're gonna be here. They had a game plan. They're
We
sticking to
literally
it.
told them everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
We used to tell people, don't talk about your family, don't talk about your animals, don't talk about your personal life when you come in here, because they use that to flip
Right.
it around. But what we have here is we have very positive spirits, and then we have something that we don't know what it is.
Is that Emily?
We don't know. We don't know.
What happens next changes our entire investigation. For identity protection, we will have to bleep out this name.
Was there any evidence of and lied or?
And funny you say.
Live.
That's so
Yeah,
funny.
that
you
was
say
weird.
that.
I said
Like
You-
being weird together.
You're on. You're on to it. You were very on to it.
I don't know what that is.
You just channeled. Nobody knows about here. We don't talk about him.
There he is.
This was incredible. As I was going to ask a question to Kristen about Edwin and Lyde Hetherington, I accidentally said a different name instead of Edwin. As it turns out, the name I said had a connection to the house that Kristen had never released publicly. Moments after this happened, clear footsteps can be heard coming from the second floor.
Here. We don't talk about him.
There he is.
I truly believe this spirit just channeled through me. I will feel the effects of this for the remainder of the night and for weeks to come.
Alright guys, Kristen, the owner of the house, just stopped by. She sat down, she gave us some stories. We started talking, we started just discussing things that have gone down in the house. And we started had connections with her, and we started saying things that we didn't even know about, which was crazy. No one mentioned a name by accident that nobody had told us about. It was just blowing our minds right now. But long story short, she left. She's going to get her son. They're coming back, and we're gonna try to do some stuff with them. But as of now, we're trying to get ourselves calmed down. And Nolan is not feeling great. He's outside right now. He can't stand to be in the house. He's dizzy, stomach aches. He had just had to get out. It's really kicking off now, and we'll see where this takes us.
As we are waiting for Kristen to return, I begin to feel extremely strange. I became very nauseous and lightheaded. My heart started to pound. It felt like I was drifting in and out of consciousness. I couldn't focus on a conversation. Everything around me was surreal, as if I was in a trance. I have never felt like this before on an investigation. I believe that the spirit that channeled through me is also causing me to feel this way.
How are you feeling?
No, dude. I can't be in that f***ing house. I can't be there. Something just overwhelmed me, dude. I've never felt that. Look at that.
Where? Oh.
I've never felt that. I'm so nauseous. I'm so lightheaded. I can't stay. I can't even f***ing talk right now, dude. I don't know what it was. I don't know what happened. I don't know if everything just what happened just f***ing hit me at once. Oh,
It's ridiculous.
hit me. It's sitting at that table. I could not focus on a conversation. Dude, my whole leg is shaking, dude. I don't know what the as soon as that hit me, when that overwhelmed me right there, sitting at that table, the only thought was, I have 3 minutes to get the fuck out of here.
Really?
3 minutes to get the fuck out of here was in my head. That's why I rushed out the fucking door, dude.
Earlier, when we interviewed Kristen, she told us a story about an investigator becoming so overwhelmed he had to be helped out of the house.
Because he was down in the basement and he was like, please just go ahead and use my ENERGY. And I know they can understand what I'm saying, but that's what he was saying. And we're watching him on the monitors, and we could see him just depleting and depleting and depleting, and we're not saying a word. We're not suggesting anything. We're very, strict on opinionating things, verbalizing opinions. And we're just quiet, and then all of a sudden he just starts banging his head off the pipes. Yeah. And I'm like, get him out of there. Get him out of there now. And he fell to his knees and he just fell down. We have it all documented, it's all recorded. And Kat Lane taught me, you have 3 minutes when that happens to get out. You got 3 minutes, because you got 2 minutes before you have a full-blown heart attack.
When that overwhelmed me right there, sitting at that table, the only thought was, I have 3 minutes to get the fuck out of here.
After Kristen returns, she does a cleansing on me for precautionary reasons, as she has seen what this house can do to people. After the cleansing, I finally felt strong enough to re-enter the house. Kristen will join us for our final session.
Set him aside, at least here. And I don't investigate, but I know this house pretty good.
What was affecting me earlier? Is this Edwin? Did you use my body to communicate? Is whatever was affecting me, was that bad or good?
Did you guys hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Was that a disembodied voice?
I heard it. I didn't screech. I didn't hear it.
It came from the left, over here.
I don't know. I didn't hear it.
The voice that Kristen heard was not picked up by our audio. However, something is about to happen that might verify her claim.
Why were you so silent to us last night?
Right where Kristen heard the voice, mysterious footsteps can be heard, along with a window shaking aggressively.
Why were you so silent to us last night?
There was no train going by the area. We have no explanation for what caused this window to shake so violently.
There was just a dark shadow figure right there. Right behind you. Right behind you.
Behind me?
No, behind Xander.
As I looked up behind Xander, I saw a full-bodied apparition standing there. I couldn't make out any specific features, but I could see the full outline, as it was darker than the rest of the room. We will soon capture something on the SLS camera that verifies my claim.
Utilize the box to talk to us, please.
Oh yeah, hold on. On the fire, where's that? It's where I saw that shadow figure.
Is that you
That's
right
right
there?
where I saw that shadow figure.
Right here, our SLS camera picks up an unexplained figure standing behind Xander right where I saw a black shadow figure with my own eyes.
There was just a dark shadow figure right there. Right behind you. Right behind you.
Behind who, me?
No, behind Xander.
I know you're male presence. Can you tell us what your name is, please, so we can know who we're talking to?
It's behind you now.
Who?
You.
No, perfect.
Who are you standing behind?
Alright, you're freaking me out, so can you scoot over?
I thought that said Kristen.
It's going, yeah.
I thought
Thank
that
you.
said Kristen.
Get out of me. Come on, don't be playing like that. We don't play like that here. I'm freaking bored.
It's mapping something all over the place. Where's that flash camera, Xander? Pull on. It's over here, I think. Did that say come here, Nolan?
Yes.
Yeah.
As I walked out of the room, the spirit called me out by name. With how it affected me earlier, did the spirit have me as its #1 target?
Did that say come here, Nolan?
Yes.
Yeah. I already told you?
I thought that said we're a team.
I already told you?
I thought that said we're a team.
Okay.
There's someone sitting in this chair.
Right here, our SLS camera captures 2 figures sitting in the chairs around the table. This was just moments after we captured the voice on the spirit box saying, was the team that the spirit is referring to the same group of people who held seances in the house back in the early 1900s? And did we just capture them in the middle of a seance at the table that we were sitting at? The Bellaire house certainly lived up to its hype. For weeks after, I suffered from severe nightmares, the likes of which I've never experienced before. Maybe someday, PitchBlack Paranormal will return to the Bellaire house to confront these spirits once again.